What up? This is Robert Ory.
Or three-point. Buries it.
You might know me as Big Shot Bob.
To Ory for three. Oh, unbelievable. This guy is off the charts.
What's going on, Big Shot Bob?
Robert Ory from downtown.
It is show number 2 of the Big Shot Bob podcast. This is our shoot around, our little bonus Friday show. If you ever got something you want to throw our way, please do so on whatever Twitter's called now, X, at Big Shot Bob Pod. Same on Instagram, same on Facebook, and BigShotBobPod at gmail.com. I saw this, and I kind of thought of both of you guys, because I thought it was a pretty good prediction, and honestly, the one-on-ones here I thought were pretty damn awesome. Fadeaway World threw out this one this week that said, here's our predictions, early season predictions for the East and West starters for the All-Star team. For the West, Steph Curry at the 1, Luka at the 2, LeBron at the 3, Durant at the 4, and Jokic at the 5. Facing the East, Maxey at the 1, Donovan Mitchell at the 2, Jason Tatum at the 3, Giannis at the 4, and Embiid at the 5. It's pretty damn spot on as far as I'm concerned when you look at it. The one-on-ones here are pretty intriguing.
Yeah. The West, I agree with, but the East, the Spider and Maxey are the ones. I moved Tatum to the 2 and put in. Dang, I just lost his name. The kid from Orlando.
Benchero?
Yeah, Benchero. I put him in at the 3. Yeah, he's been killing. You got to think about it. Plus, Orlando's in like what, second or third place over there,
something like that. Yeah.
So Benchero, I moved Spider out, a Maxey out.
No Trae Young in the East either. I mean, he's playing pretty damn well.
But Benchero has been playing out his mind. He has to make All-Stars this year.
If there's any Hawk that's going to make the All-Star team, even as a reserve, it's going to be DeJounte Murray.
Yeah. Trae's played real well last week.
Spider haven't played enough games either for me because he missed like the last 4 or 5 games. He just came back versus the Lakers or something. But yeah, I put Benchero in there.
Okay.
Hey, and Brown been killing it too, though.
Yeah, he has.
Yeah.
He has.
So
I think you're going to see those.
Talking about Jalen?
Yeah, Jalen.
Well, he needs, like I said, he's got to be on Tatum level with that money they're paying him. So I mean,
you got to perform. I like the one-on-ones though. I mean,
oh yeah,
Tatum. If you had Tatum and LeBron, one-on-one,
yeah,
I like that. I like Embiid and Jokic too. Honestly, down low.
They gonna flip that. Giannis is probably guard. LeBron and Giannis gonna guard each other. Durant and Tatum gonna guard each other.
Yeah.
But let me just say this: Steph and Luka can't guard either one of them.
No, I don't know who you're gonna throw at those guys, man. Steph Curry spot up from anywhere. So who are you gonna throw at him?
No, I'm not worried about Luka and Steph trying to guard Max and Spider because Luka ain't the best defender in the world. Yeah.
Okay. Well, interesting. Thoughts early out, though, from Fadeaway World. Question came in from Tyler. We talked a little bit about this a couple weeks ago, but I don't think we got too deep into it. But he wants to know, Rob, do you think Wemby has lived up to the expectations so far this season? At the start of the year, I would have said no, but I'm starting to buy in after the other night. For context, what he's talking about was Wemby put up the most steals and blocks by a teenager in an NBA game with 10. He tied Josh Smith in 2004 and Kevin Garnett in 1996.
The blocks I would imagine, but the steals I had no idea. But yeah, I think so. I still don't think he's going to win Rookie of the Year. I think that's going to go to Chet.
By the way, props to Chet Holmgren, who's playing just excellent basketball.
Yeah. And that shows you Chet was the size of Wemby, but because he was out all season, he put on some weight, he's gotten stronger, and understanding the game a little more. So I think Chet wins it. But I think you expecting this. People forget. We always look at the stature of a person and say, oh, he should be this. He's still a teenager. He's still learning the game. He's going up against grown ass men who know how to use their bodies and beat and like ward them off and get shots off and stuff like that. So I'm happy with his results so far. I have no complaints.
Yeah, he's. I mean, exceeded expectations. I mean, that Spurs team is not a good team. So I mean, what you've seen from him thus far has been, amazing from the standpoint of, his ability. Like, he's one of the top, leaders in blocks.
Yeah.
Not just amongst rookies, but league leaders.
Yeah.
And so his ability to play defense, we've seen him, be able to put the ball on the floor. He done put a couple of folk on posters already.
Oh, yeah.
And he still has a lot of growth to, like, his ceiling is still very high.
He's got a lot of game in front of him still.
Like it's ridiculous how much he still has to really grow, and to see where he is now as a rookie, and then to see where he's going to be. Imagine what he's going to be in year 3 and 4.
Wow. He's going to be unstoppable. That's why Pop told everybody to stop booing so he could get Kawhi to the play alongside him.
Now, that would be intriguing. You get Kawhi Leonard, if he's healthy, alongside of Wembanyama.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
But
I know,
let's
but it'd be
think
intriguing.
about this. Because he's here in the States now, and the way we train physically, as far as like lifting weights and stuff, he's going to get stronger. He's going to get faster, and he's going to be a nightmare for people to contend with. He's going to be, ooh. Think about it. That takes off from the 3-point line and just takes 1 step, 2 steps. He's inside the paint and he's taking off. If that was me, I'd just start taking off on everybody. That's for the hell of it. I'm going to shoot 20 free throws.
The hole every time.
I'm duck on everybody.
The hole every time.
Yeah.
Watch him go. I pulled this from our friends at Bleacher Report Betting. I thought it was interesting because the Ravens kicker, Justin Tucker, has not missed a field goal. He's missed 1 field goal this season under 50 yards. The dude is pretty much just straight money. Great kicker. So they put out, if you have $1 million to bet, you have $1 million, you got to put it down. Are you trusting Steph Curry to hit a free throw or Ravens kicker Justin Tucker to hit a 40-yard field goal?
Yeah.
Who are you putting it on?
Steph. I'm going free throw with Steph.
I don't think you can really miss with either one, but I'm gonna take Steph.
Yeah.
I have to lean in the direction of Steph, just because I feel like that, and I don't know what is his. I would have to look it up. I didn't look it up. What his free throw percentage is?
He's actually not leading it. He's not leading the league in free throw percentage. Somebody else is.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I can't remember who it is, but someone else is leading the league in free throw percentage.
Let's find out. Leaders.
Someone really off the beaten path.
Well, ESPN didn't want to load, so let's see. Free throw percentage. Contavious Caldwell-Pope.
What's the percentage?
94.9. And Steph is second at 93.8. And right behind him is Shea at 93.7. So those are your top 3 in free throw percentage. So, Steph's shooting almost 94% from the free throw.
Yeah.
That's pretty freaking good. Justin Tucker has missed 1 field goal under 50 yards this year. 1. So, but
he's the most accurate kicker in NFL history.
Dude, he's incredible. Yeah. He's anything under 50 yards is money. It's just you can just kind of hang on it. So,
since we're on the topic of kickers, why is it that every time a kicker wins a game, they carry his ass off the field? That's your fucking job. But they never give a receiver or a quarterback who does it at the end of the game, or a running back. They never carry them off the field. Why do they do this to kickers, man?
Because usually with kickers, if a guy is kicking a game-winning field goal, it's usually going down within the last seconds of the game. I'm not saying that you don't have that with quarterbacks making last-second touchdown passes, but that doesn't happen as often as kickers knocking down kicks with a few seconds left on the clock.
That's your job.
It came down to the kicker.
But here's the thing: now if you kick one it's like time is running out, and this is your all-time best kick, like 58 yards, then you can get carried off the field. But you kicking a 30-foot, I'm like 30-yard. I'm like, dude, that's
an extra point.
Job.
Yeah, it's a freaking extra point. Who was the kicker? Who was the? It was the Eagles kicker, and I can't pull his name. Who kicked?
Jake Elliott.
Yes, Jake Elliott, who kicked was like a 58-yard field goal in the rain to tie that game and send it to overtime. Damn. Like,
yeah, that's something special.
And then Jalen got to walk it off in overtime. But
That's a lot of pressure, bro.
58 in the rain at home.
Let me tell you, the top of December 31st of last year, Georgia versus Ohio State in the bins.
Was that a 41-yard field goal?
It wasn't even that. It was that, but it kicked. The kick happened right at midnight.
Oh, I remember.
They said it was good. That's when midnight struck.
Yep.
So it was just all the theatrics of the fact that Georgia won that game off of a field goal, and it hit at the same time New Year's, Happy New Year hit. So it was just all the theatrics. Like with kickers, it's just always it comes down to the kicker a lot of times.
Yeah, but you got to make it. It's your job.
That's a lot of pressure.
It's your job, dude. It's your job. You have one thing to do. You don't have to catch a damn ball. You don't have to block anybody. You just kick that shit.
Unless you muff a punt.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's a whole nother thing. Yeah, punters and kickers are, I don't know.
Because you got the snap has to be good, the hold has to be good, putting the ball down has to be clean.
There's a lot of things that go into it, which is why if you got to pick between a kicker and Steph, it's all on Steph. I'll take Steph. Yeah. He controls everything at the line. You're right. A kicker, it could be a bad hold. Ray Finkel laces out. You know what I mean? That thing goes wide. Dolphins lose the Super Bowl, and Ray Finkel goes nuts. You never know. All right, question from Jason.
That had to be the funniest scene when they found out she was a man.
Finkel was Einhorn.
They all start throwing up like she made out with everybody.
Einhorn is a man. What a brilliantly stupid movie Ace Ventura is.
I know it, right?
To this day, it holds up though because it's so dumb and it's so funny. And there was a time we could recite every stupid line from that movie. Do you think Chicago, Rob, should have moved on from Billy Donovan instead of doubling down on him as their head coach? The Bulls have not been able to win much this season. This question came in from Jason. They kind of had Billy Donovan's back this week. Said, no, we're committed to Billy. We're going to keep him here.
When I look at the Chicago team, you look at this team on paper, and then you look at your record, and you be like, someone's hurt. But it's the weirdest thing that these guys cannot win, and you have talent. And when it comes down to talent and you cannot win, it has to be something else. And to me, it's like if I gave you that lineup right now and told you just with, the top two guards, one of the top two guards in the league, and Caruso can play defense, and it's just like, what? It's to me, and I don't want anybody to lose their job, but to me, it has to be the coaching staff, man, because there's too much talent on this Bull team, but I'm not to win.
Yeah, that team is just as talented as they are. They're just not good.
Mm-hmm.
And I think after a while, when you have veterans on your squad like a Zach LaVine and a DeMar, my bad. Like Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan, frustrations run high, tempers run high, and it's time to go. Now, I don't think I'm not saying at some point in time that they won't fire Billy Donovan, because I think at some point in time they will.
Just to kind of continue like this, then they're going to have to figure something out.
I think at some point in time they will definitely fire Billy Donovan. But I think at some point they're going to. This trade deadline is going to be really interesting.
Yeah. But you know what's weird though? Like you remember how good Vucevic was in Orlando?
Yep.
He gets to Chicago, and you don't ever hear him mentioned for anything. And to me, it's like, okay,
I forgot he was on the team till I just Googled their starting five.
Oh
shit, that's right.
I'm like, that's why I said Vucevic. It's like, I don't know. I haven't watched the Bulls game. I don't know if he's done this thing where he's I'm not going to be a big anymore. I'm going to shoot threes because this is where the league has gone. And so I'm trying to figure out what are you doing over there where this guy went from being an all-star to being a forgotten about guy.
Right.
So that's why I say this roster from head to toe. It can't be the roster, man. It has to be coming from somewhere else.
So I guess that's the chicken or the egg, though, right? Because we saw Monty Williams get dismissed from Phoenix, go to Detroit, and Detroit is abysmal.
Yeah,
he can't.
They've lost what, like 15 straight?
I think they've lost 15. I mean, they can't buy a win.
They're too young, and you just can't keep getting all these draft picks and expecting, okay, we're gonna put this young team together and think it's gonna work out. It doesn't work that way because they're still young, they're still immature, and half these guys only played 1 year of college, and they still don't know how to play. It's like, okay, I'm a top pick, I'm 1 year in college. Yeah, but you still don't have the knowledge, the IQ to play the game at a high level. You got an IQ for college, but not an IQ for the pros.
But that lets you know that every coaching college ball and coaching professional ball are just different. And it comes down to you being able to manage egos and being able to communicate. And this is why I always sing the praises of Phil Jackson. We always talk about, well, he had the best players. Yeah, but you know how many coaches are not able to deal with the egos of those best players?
So true. That are afraid of the best player. I know a couple of coaches now that are afraid of their best players and won't tell them when they're doing wrong. Won't point them out in video. And you got to have people on your team like Rick B. Shaw, Derek Fisher, when the superstars aren't doing it. No, coach. That motherfucker ain't doing his job over there. He needs to do his fucking job. Just like everybody else, you yell at me, you better motherfucking yell at him too. But a lot of these teams, they're too scared because they say, oh, I don't want to do anything. If I'm in Detroit or a team that's cold and they're like, teammate, the superstar's not doing what he's supposed to. Coach, you're yelling at that motherfucker. Well, you gonna trade me? I don't give a shit. I'm still getting paid. I'm gonna be out this cold ass city and somewhere else. And so, and that's what these guys are so afraid to point out the big dogs on the team. And that's what I think that I really loved about every team I've been on. If Dream wasn't doing his job, we called him out. If Shaq wasn't doing his job, we called him out. If Tim wasn't doing his job, we called him out. It's just because you're the superstar, you still have a responsibility to this team to do everything you need to do in your human possibility to get us a win. So you call people out, and they can't do that in this day and age.
Well, I mean, I think that was the root from what we understood. That was the root of the Shaq and Kobe thing. Was Kobe was unafraid to call him out. Just saying, like, you need to be better, you need to be in better shape, you need to practice more, you need to get out here, you need to hustle. And Shaq was like, who the fuck are you? And that was kind of where that whole thing started, was just because Kobe wasn't afraid. Yeah. Kobe was never afraid to say, look, you need to play better, and you need to be better. And I'm going to put in the work, and if you're not, then you and I are going to have a problem. And Shaq was like, no, man, like, I'm the guy. I'm the marquee here. I get to do what I want. And I don't think Kobe ever got down with that. So that's so true. That was at least for our understanding of the root of that feud. This question came in from Steve. Does it bother you, Rob, at all to see stuff like Jrue Holiday in the Bucks locker room before the game, joking around with his old teammates, going in there and hanging out with them before he has to face them on the floor?
Before? He went in there before the game.
Pretty sure, yeah.
Oh, hell no. Even me as a player, I'm like, dude, let me out.
They were in pregame warm-ups.
No.
Sweats from what I saw of the video.
No. If Les Jrue was going in, I don't play his old okey doke and soften him up. But no, it's like, no, dude, don't come in here. This is our locker room. You don't come in here before the game because we have stuff. We have stuff on, game plans on the board and all this kind of stuff. That's a big no, man. No. We can talk after the game, and we don't even talk in the locker room. We meet in the hallway, all on the court.
Yeah, he was up. He was in the Bucks locker room.
That was no. That's a negative.
So that did
the Bucks are wrong for that. I would never let that happen.
Should somebody have stepped up and shut that down, or
the coach should have stepped up? The players should have stepped up. Everybody should have stepped up. I know you used to play it, but you don't belong here no more. Like just because I'd be like, you coming on my land. You sold me the property. It's my land now. Get off my land.
Okay. Yeah, I got you. Yeah. Rob went straight to stand your ground. Okay.
But you know what though? You're right. But this just falls in the line of where we are today in the league.
Yeah, everybody's buddy.
Everybody's, his friends. I know he still feels close to the Milwaukee community, and those guys in Milwaukee still have love for him. I know Giannis was a little shocked that he was traded, but. It falls in line with the way the league is today. Now, do I agree with it? I'm with you. No, I don't. I don't at all. Not before the game. Now, if it's after the game, after we battled, and you want to go holler at them, I think it's a little more acceptable to go do that after the fact, but definitely not before.
I don't think, after I left the Lakers, I was playing for San Antonio for 5 years. I don't think I ever set foot in the Laker locker room, and we have to pass it. I'm not going in there. That's not my home anymore. Why the hell should I go in there? I barely wanted to speak to management, barely wanted to speak to. I spoke to my teammates because they had nothing to do with it, but don't talk to me.
Right.
It was weird because Tim Franks, not Tim Franks, Tim from the Spurs. The Lakers wanted to present me with a jersey my first time back to the Lakers. I was like, I don't want that shit. I was like, are they retiring it? No, I don't want that shit. And he had to talk me into doing it. He said, hell, man, it's a good thing to do. They're trying to say thank you for the 7 good years you had here. And Tom James was his name, Tom James. I was like, no, Tom, I don't want that shit. He says, please, just do it for me. And I ended up doing it because they have a picture of me and Mitch Kupchak at half court, and they gave me a jersey. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit for? I'm like, they're just trying to soften me up so I won't kick their ass,
Yeah.
And I don't, because you do that when someone retires, and I just didn't like it. But I did it for Tom.
I just did a little ounce of homework, and he wasn't there before the game. That was pretty
Yeah.
So, yeah.
See, and for me, like Dame should have been like, no, dog, this is my house. Now get out.
Well, and like even in the locker room, period is tough. Before the games, I mean, that's just that's kind of not.
You get lost, buddy?
It's just not the place for you to be. It's not the place for you to be when you have to hit the floor in 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and try and kick somebody's teeth in and get a win.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not a place for you. And I get it. These are all my old guys, as my boys. I always spend. Things change, man. Life moves. The life marches on, bro. You hop on. All right, one last thing here. How are you keeping up with Chris's slang?
I give it 2 thumbs down.
Not good. Not good.
Not good at all.
Not good. Okay. Here's why I ask. This week, the online learning platform Preply released their 2023 survey of the most commonly used slang terms that parents and teenagers are most familiar with. The report surveyed 682 parents with children between the ages of 12 and 18 and found out that only 2% of parents could keep up with their kids' slang. So I'm going to throw some of the ones that were on this list at you and see if you know. I would imagine most of these you probably know, though.
Yeah.
Because I knew a lot of these, and I am like way out of the loop. Obviously,
hold on. B just say you know it. B, you got to realize I'm 20 years older than you. You know them all. You still use them. I think I only use probably like 3 of these. Probably.
I'm in the benefit of having an 11-year-old who is just in the thick of using bad. Like everything now, when I tell her to clean her room, she goes, "Can I have dessert after?" I go, "Yeah." She goes, "Bet." And I'm like, "Get the hell out of here with that." So obviously, we know bet. Yeah.
Bet means count.
Yeah, and sus.
Suspect.
Yeah, suspect. Yeet.
I have no clue what that is.
Heartbone. Yeet.
You can use yeet in so many different ways.
I know. I'm going according to Preply's website. That's how it is. That's how with it I am.
I can use it in so many ways. Like if somebody makes a catch over somebody, I can say yeet. I make an amazing throw, or if I hit a nice little dance move. It can be used in so many different ways.
According to Preply, yeet would be to violently throw an object that you deem to be worthless. Yeet. That's how they define it. I've never heard it used that way.
It can be used in so many different ways.
I've heard it used a few other ways that are a little more graphic, but
that's like when people use swerve the wrong way. Like people don't like when they tip swerve and integrate it. I'm like, that's not how swerve is supposed to mean.
That's not what that means. Yeah, that's
like when to the window like skeet, and everybody skeet. Like hold on,
wait a minute. I know you're not supposed to say that. I got a hand up. I'm aware of that one.
Like all these words that be thrown in songs and people start using. Do you really know what that means? They're like, no. It ain't meant to be used like that.
Yeah. What about cap?
That's cap. Lion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's cap's a lie. Yeah. What about bussin'? Something's bussin'.
Good. What that food was bussin'.
Yeah, that's
right. Amazing.
I've heard it, never used it. Never used it in context. Obviously, I think you both know what drip is.
Oh, clean. We fresh. Yeah, that's why I got that drip on.
Okay. Yeah. Simp.
A simp. So technically, a simp is a man who will agree with women when it comes to anything just so he can get with them.
Yeah, I didn't know what a simp was.
Yeah, more or less, you're right. According to Prepley, it was when someone does way too much for a person they like.
But a simp is usually what they call men. So
it's usually pinned to men.
It's pinned to men because it's a man that will literally allow a woman, will agree with a woman on anything and allow that woman to walk over him in order to get her to like him.
We call him. We call that some mess. We just call it a female dog.
That too.
That is still referred to as many times.
So the female version of that is called what a lot of women call a pick-me.
I've never heard that.
Yeah, that's what females. That's almost
because
the
they're
female
trying to get
version.
A guy's attention, so it's pick me.
Right, but those words, especially pick me, has been.
Is it pick me the same thing as a thought?
No.
Okay.
No.
Pick me's
not
more
necessarily,
desperate, right? Pick me's it could be though. A pick me could be dressed like a thought.
Yeah.
See, I'm with it.
I thought you picked me.
That's right. Turns out,
but pick me has been used such out of context because a woman will call another woman a pick me for agreeing with the man on anything. Like if a woman says something and another woman does not back her, she a pick me. No, she's not.
I have to say Atlanta and New York are probably the places where all these words probably originate because they're just. I think that's where it all happens.
I don't know. California, I would imagine there's probably a fair amount of this stuff.
You think?
Being thrown around in L.A. In L.A. proper? Yeah. Right?
Now you gotta remember on the streets and learn some of these words.
One of the words on here was bougie, and I was like, I'm not even gonna put that on the list. Rob knows what that means. He lives in bougie.
Y'all just call me bougie.
He lives in fucking bougie central, man. Like shit.
Yeah, you are
just call me bougie because I said Neiman Marcus.
You are.
That is a bougie response, bro. That's a bougie ass response, man.
The average person is not going Black Friday shopping at Neiman Marcus.
My thought process was that you never shop in Neiman Marcus, but now it's a sale, you're going to shop in Neiman Marcus. That was my thought process.
So yes, I get it. The 50% off the $1,000 shirt
is $500.
Sure, yes. That's a very elitist thought process.
Damn.
No, I don't think I used it right. No, I didn't use it right.
Oh, that's cap.
You used that right.
That you used right.